and it's really not appropriate. But here's what is appropriate is, why don't you submit with the rest of your offer and your paperwork at the time you're telling him that you're taking vesting in the name of an LLC, and that an LLC instead of an individual will be responsible for paying on the note. Why don't you tell him that I'd be willing to buy the note for $55,000? So remember, it's up here. The seller carry price note is $79,000. Well, tell him I'll buy it for $55,000 right here. That way he won't have to worry if that LLC is going to pay or not, whether or not she gives a personal guarantee. So, so understanding the property seller would have taken, if she could come up with all cash, he would have taken $80,000. So the seller, if he accepts my offer to buy the note green, the seller will get $30,000 from the down payment, $55,000 from the sale of the note, and he'll actually total at closing get $85,000, which is $5,000 more than he said he would take. If I'm the note buyer, which I really would like to be, number one, because I already know this lady, I know her other assets, I know the kind of person she is, I've already done business with her, blah blah blah, so I would pay $55,000. This is for a green note. That's like a SIMO note sale. And for the right to receive, remember that $460.83 for 36 months with the balloon, and of $79,000 in 3 years. But let's look at the ITV when I'm figuring out, is this really safe to do? Remember how I usually like to be at 50% or below? Sometimes I'll go up to 60, all right. I'm going to buy this whole thing instead of at par. I'm not going to pay, face value for the note. I'm going to pay $55,000. So let's put that in the PV right there. Now let's solve for yield and see what we get. Look, my yield on that, if this performs as expected, is over 20%, okay? But who cares about 20%? That sounds really nice, but if it doesn't perform, if the payments don't come in, it doesn't really matter how much you bought it at, right? So here's what also I know. They have a property in Costa Rica that they're in escrow and selling for what they say is $150,000 in cash, and they plan to be able to pay off the note within 6 months. Okay, is this a piece of inside information that helps me? Absolutely. Okay, not only who they are and knowing their situation from our past note deal from last month, I know they have more cards up their sleeve right there. So she goes, well, then why don't you just lend us the money? They're saying, if you'll buy the note at $55,000, why don't you just make us a hard money loan so that we can buy it for $80,000? And I go, okay, well, if we did that, let's just explore what that would look like, and here's why I don't recommend it.